Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, April 3rd, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a Time for Change call this Wednesday night, and this one is called The Truth. When you become the deepest valley of reception, then the highest peaks of consciousness can be given to you. Only a valley can receive a peak. Be absolutely feminine, receptive like a womb. Osho. As we're all made of love, the gods that we are, which is a pure energy, unobstructed, unfettered. Love is truly the greatest energy we can welcome into our lives. The quality of love opens the heart, quiets the mind, liberates the body, and soothes the soul. Love instantly makes everything you're doing easier. And over time, you find that your entire life has become this long, enjoyable, and compassionate ride. With love in your heart, you start being gentle with yourself, when you normally would come down hard, and this gentleness in turn is reflected out onto others in your community. Everyone around you starts to feel their heart softening, opening, and then they feel more lovable themselves. Love is perhaps the more powerful and contagious force we can cultivate in our lives. By practicing being gentle with yourself, you energetically train others to treat you the same way. People who get close to you can feel how you feel about you and tend to want to align with where you're at in your inner journey. The more often you are gentle with yourself, the easier it becomes for others to be gentle with you. By deepening in this gentleness, soon you find that your body becomes more and more relaxed, trusting, and able to receive a greater and deeper love. The heavy, jaded commentary of this world stops harming you because deep down you've stopped harming you. The world mirrors back the energy you throw at yourself. The day you become a consistently radiant, self-loving being, truly nothing can harm you again. Those dark, self-abusive hidden cracks in your mind are filled with lightness, compassion, and laughter, as you see a compassionate reflection in every being's heart, eyes, and soul. The more closely you can look and see how this world is your mirror, the more you'll naturally want to deepen your devotion to being gentle with you. This devotion is being gentle. The devotion to being gentle with yourself is the secret to the greatest love in this universe. It is the master lesson we are all here to learn that creates the most profound clarity for dealing with life's most challenging people. When you are simply gentle and soft with yourself, you can be with any painful situation that arises in peace. You may notice others reveling in their pain, anger, or fear, and you have compassion. You understand that they are simply craving for love, and you can offer them the gentleness which you've cultivated inside yourself with yourself. Anytime a child or adult is not completely gentle with you or someone else in any way, you can know that deep inside them, they are not being gentle with themselves. All mentally, emotionally, and physically abusive acts in this world are people begging for love. Any form of aggression in this world is a type of desperation that screams, I am wounded and I don't know how to love myself. We all can get caught in a deep illusion that we are unlovable, unworthy of love, feeling powerless and incapable of creating it for ourselves. It is the wounded child inside us all who doesn't know how to relax, trust, and surrender to the infinite source of love within. When we realize the greatest love secret of them all is the simple, sweet devotion to being gentle with ourselves, no matter what any old self-abusing pattern or behavior changes, and we will see a completely new human being manifest before our very eyes. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, you owe me. Look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole sky of it. The commitment to being gentle with yourself, whenever you become emotionally dramatic, stressed out, or brimming with tension, is the most important commitment you'll make in your life. If we could measure your level of commitment on a scale of 1 to 100, where do you feel you're at right now? What would it take to move just 1 degree closer to 100%? What would it feel like being gentle with yourself no matter what occurs for the next 24 hours? Consistent practice and deepening of your commitment to being gentle with you is the greatest love secret you will ever discover. This is a magical decision, and it will transform everything in your life. It will turn everything around, as you will soon discover. The all-powerful, divine, manifesting being you truly are. When you are consistently gentle with you, the universe will reciprocate and be outwardly gentle with you. Your life will feel as if you were being carried through the worst storms above the highest clouds. When this commitment to gentleness with yourself is rooted in your heart, you can feel that the universe, this universe, is truly taking care of you. And that trusting feeling allows you to relax ever so deeply into the calming flow of life's amazing river. You simply stop worrying about everything and anything that may arise in your consciousness. Old personal issues and your most dramatic problems seem to dissolve like butter on a hot summer day. As challenging issues are approached with such a devoted gentleness, the contracted energy inside the problem instantly expands, softens, and is open to being transformed. Your greatest life challenges can suddenly become a golden opportunity to bring more depth, lightness, freedom, and laughter into your life. Try this simple exercise. Try it out. That will empower you in the most amazing ways. Whatever your greatest problem, emotional issue, or challenge you're facing right now, give it a voice. And imagine writing that message with chalk on a magic blackboard in front of you. Close your eyes for a moment and do this now. Try out this simple exercise that will empower you the most amazing ways. Whatever your greatest problem, emotional issue, or challenge you're facing right now, give it a voice. And imagine writing the message with chalk on a magic blackboard in front of you. Close your eyes for a moment and do this now. Now read the message and notice any images or movies in your mind that may show up on the blackboard around it. Looking at it, hearing or feeling into these images, imagine thousands of golden lights are sparkling around the edges of your magic blackboard. Feel how this golden vibration shifts the images and the words on it. See how they rearrange themselves and create something completely brand new. Now, read the blackboard. You'll see a new message has been created on it. What does it say? The deeper you can relax your body, and do this exercise when you're at the peak energy in your day, the more powerful this enlightening exercise will become. With practice, you'll be able to transform any problem you're having within minutes. As you continue to practice, you will get very good at shifting the stuck or challenging energy inside of issues that arise inside you. In time, you'll come to a place where you can allow your mind to truly soften, stop, rest deep inside your being. When this occurs, dive into the very innermost core of your being, beneath where all thoughts and feelings come from. Here, you will discover something very magical and mystical, which can be described as the infinite source of love. Now, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Rumi. Have you ever thought about where is the infinite source of love? Spatially speaking, where do you think the source of love physically is coming from in this universe? Now, it seems to be inside your body. Yet what if it is also coming from outside your body as well? Imagine what would it feel like for the infinite source of love to be infinitely radiating from everywhere in this universe and inside everything? The mysterious act of just looking towards where this infinite source is at is extremely powerful. It is how you can instantly shift from being desperate and needing love to relaxing into finding love. This simple yet continuous, innocent looking towards the infinite source creates an eternal arrival. This looking is not coming from a searching, lacking energy. Yet from a childlike curiosity that just doesn't know where the infinite source of love is at quite yet. The more we simply look into the source of infinity, something inside has to stop suffering. Deep down, you feel the source that will never end, and this energy transfers into every cell of your being. The more quiet your mind gets, the easier it is to sense into where this infinite source is truly at. Take a few moments here to try and direct your attention towards where you think this infinite source of love is inside you now. Pull every ounce of energy and attention you have to focus continuously in this sacred direction. When you discover it, something will relax very deep within you. Continually finding this infinite source of love is one of the most rewarding paths we can walk in this life. Eventually, you are living at the source of love each day. And everywhere you go, you know your heart is your home. And this is a transformation for every one of us. And it's a choice. These are things that we don't really spend a lot of time on. These are things that are there, but why are we distracted? Ego mind. External. Looking at a sunset, just for a second, you forget your separateness. You are the sunset. That is the moment when you feel the beauty of it. But the moment you say that it is a beautiful sunset, you are no longer feeling it. You have come back to your separate, enclosed entity of the ego, Osho. So for instance, if you're looking at let's just say a sunset, right? And you're kind of going along and you look and you go, wow, look at that. You will begin to understand is that when you look at the sunset, you will say to yourself, that is the God that I am. And it's a whole different feeling. It is certain for all of us that one day these bodies we're in will die. Right? Death will arrive at our door, and it will come as a great surprise. There will be no warning. So stop all your previous social habits, let down your guard, and allow others to see and know the real person you are. And yes, you can learn how to open your heart with any person you meet. This means learning how to let love in and share this bright light that you have inside you with them. You have no idea how it may change their life or yours for the better. Just do it. Who knows? They could be your last opportunity to love. It's so vitally important that we seize this precious life. Death will be arriving on its own time schedule and not according to anyone's plan. 1 minute your child is alive, the next minute they are gone. This is the basic fact about life. It ends. The minute we accept this hardcore truth, every moment of our lives become emotionally rich and spiritually juicy. We discover a sweet reverence for this life and stop taking every breath for granted, which the majority of us are still doing on this planet. The greatest wisdom is to keep in the parade of your life is that this too shall pass. Osho. Now, my invitation for you this week is this. Before you get out of bed each morning, sit and feel the reality of impermanence. For 10 minutes, feel how everything is impermanent. Feel this deep truth in your bones. Nothing and no one in this world is going to remain here forever. Let it penetrate your head, your heart, and gut. This is a very ancient meditation practice. And doing it for 3 weeks in a row will transform your life in the most amazing ways. There is a deep emotional and spiritual release when we realize how everything is impermanent. Notice how you become different when you realize everything around you will one day be gone. Do remain aware of the impermanence of everything throughout your day. You will discover the greatest freedom arising within you. You'll naturally start tapping into your deepest connection to that divine essence, which continues after this body you're in is gone. When this occurs by itself, you will always be appreciating this incredible, deeply eternal, loving existence. Accepting your physical mortality is one of the greatest spiritual practices you can take on, as you embrace the fact that nothing is permanent in this world. A sacred humility takes over. The over-demanding ego is embarrassed as it sees the futility of its super important plans. Only through this humble approach to existence can we find stillness, spiritual freedom, and enlightenment. All other non-humble spiritual paths have some sneaky ego still hiding and holding on in the background. Misery nourishes your ego. That's why you see so many miserable people in this world. The basic central point is the ego. Misery nourishes your ego. That's why you see so many miserable people in this world. Death is the most fierce and deeply penetrating spiritual teacher that we can have. It will not let our ego escape alive. Death will always be waiting around the next corner, ready to wipe your entire life clean. Death will remove all material possessions from you, all wounds, all people, all your financial problems and future plans. It is guaranteed that one day everything will be removed from your grasp. Everything. No matter how safe we think we are, this hard truth will remain, perhaps because it has the most profound purpose for our spiritual growth. Death forces us to remain awake. We must choose to always appreciate this human life we are given. We have to find reverence. Otherwise, we suffer. Knowing how very fragile this life is, we become kind to everything that is alive by remembering our mortality. We are not so quick to getting angry at our loved ones, nor become distant, judgmental, or critical with them. We tend to forgive everyone who has wronged us more quickly and return to loving the real heart and soul connection that we do have. With the awareness that death is approaching, we become more gentle on ourselves, instantly dropping any hard, heavy energy that we may be carrying. We tend to deal with any leftover skeletons hiding in our closet and embrace those things we are avoiding. We remember that we came here to heal ourselves, and so we stop protecting our hearts from opening up to others. We become radically honest with ourselves and others because we just never know when it's our turn to go. So I invite you to do something truly radical this week. Share with those who are still with you today how you honestly feel. It may be challenging, yet tell them what is going on inside you. Reveal everything and clear off your emotional plate. Be free to say anything you cannot speak about or say. You just don't know when your best friends, family member, or child will die, do you? Let them know how much you actually love them. Rise above any social games you are playing. Stop being afraid of being ridiculed or getting rejected. Take the risk to celebrate your lives and your short, precious time here together. You truly don't know when it is going to come to a quick end. Man has lost one quality, the quality of zestfulness. And without zest, what is life? Just waiting for death. It can be anything else. It can't be anything else. Only with zest do you live. Otherwise, you vegetate. Osho. There's only one thing you can do to transcend death. Embrace it with welcoming it fully. You will eventually find your way to real inner peace. This acceptance does not mean to start taking more apathetic actions in your life. This is about finding more reverence in everything. Everything is sacred. when you discover this tremendous appreciation for the simple things like the breath that is still flowing through your lungs, you'll see the fear of living and dying quickly dissolves. If we can fully embrace death, we can totally live life. When you have a deep reverence for life, you naturally take advantage of every moment to feel that you are alive. You finally arrive into this precious now moment of your life, where all the puzzle pieces fit in and everything comes to perfection. You can truly rest here. It is the only place. You can let go of it and all and fall into resonance with your true spiritual nature. Take this moment to feel into this spiritual essence inside your body. Feel that energy that will remain when your body is gone. Can you feel this eternal energy? The infinite self is here. The infinite self is here. And if you can find it and reconnect to it all day, you'll soon realize that heaven is already here now. The spiritual effervescence will expand in you and send bubbles of light-filled joy into your heart. Open your life to these bubbles, and you wonder why you were pretending to be so worried, fearful, and concerned about everything in your life. The greatest courage is to drop the mind aside. The bravest man who can see the world without the barrier of the mind, just as it is tremendously different, utterly beautiful. There is nobody who is inferior, and there is nobody who is superior. There are no distinctions. Another technique to realize you are an infinite being who will never die, is to pretend you just died. Breathe in this moment as if this was your very last breath. Lay your body down on the bed and imagine that this is your final moment of this life. You are breathing your last breaths of life, and soon there will be no more. View all the important scenes from your life and see what truly matters. Your body will, of course, continue to breathe for you. Just let the air enter as slowly and deeply as possible. Fall into the quiet valley after every exhaltation for as long and deep as you can. After a few minutes of reviewing your life, stop all mind activity and relax into the deepest point of stillness that you can find. For all of these meditations for this week, You'll find a sense of completion with your past and a deeper acceptance of your future. The more you practice them, the better your life will become. You'll find that there's no more anxiety about anything or anyone anymore. You'll realize that there is only this moment of life, and this very precious moment is all that we have. You have fun. Be playful. Remember, you are an eternal being who will never die. So you don't take anything of this world too seriously. This single intention will allow you to totally enjoy your entire human life journey while it's still here. God is there only if you surrender. Surrender makes anything God. Surrender gives you the eyes, and everything that is brought to these eyes becomes divine. Don't waste your life for that which is going to be taken away. Trust life. Trust God. If you trust, only then can you drop your knowledge. Only then this life is no longer an ordinary life. It becomes full of God and overflowing. Also, these are all things that we either choose or walk on by to discover about ourselves. You can live 1,000 lifetimes, 10,000 lifetimes, and never ever discover that you're the God in the body. Isn't that amazing? And you learn it. One of the main reasons that we're in these bodies is to learn, discover, and embrace that we all are the God of all creation that is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It's infinity. It is endless. So you kind of look at it. So you go into a physical form. You have amnesia. So you discover through your experiences in this life that you are the God. Now, most of us, we spend the majority of our lives living the material physical world. And we don't have the time, we don't make the time, we don't shift gears to discover who and what we are inside the body. And many people would say, well, how do you do that? It's like, oh, I pray to God, but you pray to the God outside of you. You pray to the social structured God. And when you finally come to the conclusion that all this time, the kingdom of God, the heaven, the hell, everything is within me. Deep eternal love, happiness, joy, bliss, peace, benevolence, tranquility. It's all inside me. So some of us discover this. Now, for instance, once you discover this, that you are the God in the body that never dies, and the body is only temporary, wouldn't it make sense that you focus on the God that you are rather than the body that you're not? Because by focusing on the God that you are, you will discover how to keep that body you're in vibrantly healthy for a very long time. And it really is a choice. And it takes courage. And without fear, there wouldn't be courage. And it will take everything that you've got, that you can muster up, to do so. To leave the comfort zone behind, to go into the unknown within you. This is kind of like the Emancipation Proclamation. You free yourself from bondage that you created yourself. And you open the doors and the windows to the God that you are. And all this shifts everything. It isn't arrogance, it isn't ego mind, it is heart mind. And then you begin to realize that you're not fearful anymore. Because you know that you're not going to be in that body forever. This isn't a negative. It's a very strong positive. So what do? We begin to be too deep, very deeply, deeply, deeply in full gratitude for everything. For everything. And we understand that to be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves is the main gate or door, if you will, that opens to the God that you are. Ridiculing, judging others is ridiculing and judging yourself. It's like a boomerang and a mirror. All of us are mirrors. Every one of us. We're all mirrors. And we reflect each other. We reflect each other. Somebody you see might be doing things and stuff, you say, wow, I don't care to be around this person. But then you flip over and say, they're teaching me a heck of a lot. And you begin to be in gratitude for everyone. Do you really believe that anyone that comes into your life for a second, 20 seconds, a year, whatever, isn't there to teach you? No, they don't. It's not that they're consciously aware of it, but they aren't there to teach you. Now, some people that have been carried away with their ego minds for years and years and years, they want to be in control, see. They want to be able to dictate everything. And they can't. Because they don't know who and what they are. Do you really believe that all of this low frequency, do you believe that all of the money manipulation of wealth and all of the dishonesty and greed would ever have taken place? No, it wouldn't have. And we can shift in that direction anytime we choose. But it isn't temporary. Okay? This is full-time. It isn't part-time. This is full-time. And once you decide to go within, that's it. That material physical world, yeah, it's there. But wouldn't you rather have it so that you came to the point of understanding of who and what you are, and all your stresses, fears, and worries dissolved? And you knew that whatever you desired at that point would come to you. It doesn't have to be the actual whatever. It could be opportunities that are placed in front of you, which many people just blow off through fear. We have the ability within us all to love ourselves deeply and eternally, infinity and beyond. Now, how many do you think of us are at that point that deeply and eternally love ourselves? No matter what goes on outside of us. Do we ever question it? No. We know we're the God. We deeply and eternally love ourselves. We love the God. We love being with the God, knowingly, consciously. And we expand. And we continue to grow and flourish and move forward and up. More and more people are permanently understanding, not haphazardly, not temporarily, but fully beginning to understand their embrace with the God that they are. This is a completely different existence for all of us. As we all know, there are thousands of forms of love. When you love the God that you are, that's the strongest. That's when you have awakened, so to speak. When you stop judging yourself, being hard on yourself and others, that's freedom. When you no longer worry about what others think, feel, or believe about you, that's freedom. And we're on that verge because you can kind of tell, can't you, in your heart mind? You can kind of tell that you feel it. It's a vibrational frequency. This deep, eternal love for the God that you are. And you feel things just dropping by with the wayside. And you're getting more and more of a taste of it. At first, not a lot, just a little bit. But then it begins to get more and more. And each time, you just absolutely enjoy the interaction. It's something that you've never experienced before. So in this meditation, quiet time, sit as still as you can, as comfortable as you are. And feel the deep eternal love of the God that you are in that body. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. An easy and slow breath out through the mouth. Remain very still. This universe will always support you in revealing who you are, who you were, and whomever you reinvent yourself to be. Your job is to have fun on this joyride and let your light shine its most brilliant flavors and colors onto this world. Notice how your soul opens naturally when your heart is effortlessly beaming out its brightest light. Relax, be still, and shine on. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here Tuesday, April 4th, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the deepest, deepest, deepest of eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what goes on outside of you.